Okay, so today we're going to be talking about two-step inequalities. The first thing that we need to talk about or worry about with this is what I call the warning, which is anytime you multiply or divide each side by a negative number, the inequality sign will flip. So if it's going one direction, it'll have to switch around and go the other direction. So if the alligator's eating to the left, it'll flip and it'll eat to the right. Okay. So that's the one thing you got to keep track of when we're talking about inequalities. So let's look at an example here. Now you're not going to have to flip it every time, but you do have to flip it sometimes. So let's start. If I can switch. There we go. Nope. Go back. There we go. Okay, so we have a two-step equation here. We've got a best friend with the 6, right? And then acquaintance with the -8. So we're going to want to get rid of the subtracting number first. So to move it to the other side, it's just like an equation. You're going to add it to move it to the other side. So you would add 8 to each side. That's going to give me 6x is greater than -30. Now our next step is to get rid of the 6, so it's multiplying, so we would divide each side by 6, which is going to give me, and again, this is a positive number that's dividing to each side. So that means that nothing happens, the inequality sign is going to stay the same. So we're going to get x is greater than -5. That being negative doesn't matter, it's a number that goes to each side that matters. So there's one answer. The other answer is going to be my number line, right? So I'm going to draw my number line. I've got my -5, and I can do the number 4 and the number after. And then I look at my inequality symbol. The inequality symbol will tell me what type of circle to do. If it's a regular greater than or less than with no line underneath, it's going to be an open circle. And then I look at my final answer to see which direction it's going to go. If the alligator's eating the variable, it's always going to go to the right. If the alligator's eating the number, it goes to the left. In this case, it's going to the right. So that is my other answer right there with my graph. And that's all you have to do, really. It's just solve and then graph the number line. Let's look at another example here. So this time, I've got n over -2 plus 7 greater than or equal to 1. So again, first step is to get rid of the number adding or subtracting. So I'm going to -7 to each side. That's going to give me n over -2 is greater than or equal to a -6. Now I've got to get rid of that -2, so I'm going to multiply each side by a -2. And warning, I am multiplying each side by a negative number, which means this inequality sign is going to flip. It's going to change directions. It is now going to go to the other side. And -6 times -2 is a positive 12. So that would be my answer this time. So again, this happens anytime you are multiplying or dividing by a negative number to each side. So it has to go to each side in order for it to flip the inequality sign. So there's one answer, and then I do my number line just like before. And I'm going to put 12 on there, and again, I can do the number 4 and the number after. And then I go up here and I look at what the inequality sign is. If it is greater than or equal to, so it has that line underneath, that tells me that it's going to be a closed circle. So I'm going to put a closed circle there. And then if it's eating the variable, it goes to the right. If it's eating the number, it goes to the left. This time it's eating the 12, so it's going to go to the left. And that would be your second answer, your graph. And that's pretty much all you're doing today. If you need more help, there's going to be another video tomorrow. You can look at the previous day's video. We're all doing 2 steps a few days in a row here. So there's lots of extra resources there if that wasn't enough. And go away. And